Grade 10 Physics, Chapter 11 Human Eye and the Colorful World. You have studied in previous chapter about refraction of light by lenses. You also studied in nature position and relative size of images formed by lenses. How can these ideas help us in the study of the human eye? The human eye uses light and enables us to see objects around us. It has a lens in its structure. What is the function of the lens in a human eye? How do the lens used in spectacles correct the defects of vision? Let us consider these questions in this chapter. We have learned in the previous chapter about light and some of its properties. In this chapter, we shall use these ideas to study some of the optical phenomena in nature. We shall also discuss about rainbow formation, splitting of white light, blue color of the sky. Next, we are going to see about human eye. Human eye is the most valuable and sensitive organ. The eye is an important and one of the most complex sense organ that we humans are endowed with. It helps us in visualizing objects and also helps us in light perception, color and depth perception. Besides, these sense organs are pretty much similar to cameras and they help us to see the objects when light coming from outside enters into them. It is quite interesting to understand the structure and working of a human eye. It is also understanding how a camera is also actually functions. The human eye is one of the most valuable and sensitive sense organs. It enables us to see the wonderful world and colors around us. On closing the eyes, we can identify some objects by the smell, taste, sound they make or by touch. It is, however, impossible to identify the colors while closing the eyes. Thus, of all the sense organs, the human eye is the most significant one as it enables us to see the beautiful world around us. So, let us have a glance on a human eye, its structure and function. Come to the main structure. We have main parts of eye here, human eye here. The first one is cornea, is located here. It is present in the outermost layer of the eye, and iris, then pupil, ciliary muscles is here. This part is called as the ciliary muscles. Crystalline lens, retina is here. Optic nerves, which helps to send the signals. Aqueous humor, then vitreous humor. We are going to see one by one now. Cornea. Light enters the eye through a thin membrane called cornea. We know well it is present in the outermost layer. It is clear dome-shaped surface that covers the front part of the eye. It covers the front part of the eye. It plays an important role in focusing your vision. It is a transparent window that bulges outwards, so it gives a convex shape. It is responsible for the maximum refraction of light that enters the eye. So this is about cornea. Then about iris. Next part is iris. The iris is a muscular structure behind the cornea of eye, controls the amount of light reaching the interior of the eye by automatically adjusting the size of the pupil. The iris is that part of eye which gives its color such as black, brown, green eyes. So we commonly call this as cat eyes. So it only controls the size of the eye automatically. Next, come to the pupil. So pupil is a black opening. Pupil is a black opening and it is present between the aqueous humor and the eye lens. In dim light, it opens completely. Dim light, it opens up completely due to the expansion of iris muscles. But in a bright light, it becomes very small due to the contraction of iris muscles. Then next one is ciliary muscles. So they hold the lens in a position. And help in modifying the curvature of the lens. And crystalline lens. The eye lens is a convex lens. Eye lens is a convex lens and it is made up of a transparent, soft and flexible material like a jelly and which is made up of protein. protein, so that it is called proteinaceous like material, and it is converging in nature, so that it is convex lens, and it focuses the incoming light rays from the object on the retina. Next, about the optic nerves. Optic nerves, it transmits the visual informations from the retina to the brain. Come to the retina. So retina, it is the light sensitive surface of this eye, of which the image is formed. So in retina only the image is formed. It contains a light sensitive cells. It contains a number of light sensitive cells. The light sensitive cells are rod cells and cone cells. Two types of cells are there, rod cells and cone cells. Rod cells responds to intensity of light, and cone cells respond to the illumination. So the number of rod cells is greater than number of cone cells. These cells generate signals which are transmitted to the brain through the optic nerves. So we saw the optic nerves, which helps to transmit the visual information from the retina to the brain. And here we have here the retinas act like a screen, and the image formed, and the nature of the image is real, inverted and diminished image. So come to the formation of image here. So an image is formed on the retina by successive refraction. Successive refraction at four places: cornea, aqueous humor, lens and the vitreous humor, so that the nature of the image is real, diminished and inverted in nature. So the light cells of retina, we know the two types of cells are there, one is rod cells and the cone cells, get activated upon illumination and generate the electric signal. That these signals are sent to the brain via this optic nerve. The brain interprets these signals. The signals from the optic nerve, the brain interpreted and finally processed it, that information, so that we perceive objects as they are. Perceives the object as they are. So if you know the color of the objects, means the rod-shaped cells of retina respond to the interior of light. So that is the degree of brightness or darkness, but do not respond to the colors. The cone cells are sensitive to the different extent of primary colors such as red, blue and green. I'll give you some examples of bees. So if you consider the eyesight of bees, the retinal cones of bees are very sensitive to the ultraviolet light. So it is very sensitive to ultraviolet light, which we cannot see with our eyes. Next, consider one more example, the eyesight of chicks. Chicks wake up earlier in the morning, you know well, and the humans early in the morning than humans, because their retina have mostly cones which are very sensitive to the bright light and rods very few. So chicks, in eyesight of chicks, it have mostly cone cells are present, the rod cells are very few. These are the examples of eyesight. Next, come to the aqueous humor. So aqueous humor is between the cornea and the eye lens. We have space filled with a transparent liquid called the aqueous humor, which helps the refracted light to be focused on retina. It is also maintains the intraocular pressure. Next, vitreous humor. It is the space between the eye lens and the retina is filled with another liquid is called vitreous humor. It keeps the retina in a place by pressing it against the choroid. This is all about your parts of human eye. Next, come to the terms related to the human eye. One is accommodation of eye. So accommodation is the ability or the property of eye lens to focus both near and the distant object just by adjusting its focal length. However, the focal length cannot be decreased or increased beyond a certain limit due to which a healthy person cannot view clearly if the object is held too close, less than 20 cm or too far from the eye. The ciliary muscles helps in changing the curvature of eye lens, we know well before itself. When the muscles are relaxed, the lens becomes thin. So automatically the focal length is increased. So that helps to see the distant objects clearly. While viewing the nearby objects, the ciliary muscles contract so that the lens becomes thicker and its focal length decreases. The power of accommodation is the maximum variation in the power of eye lens for focusing a near or far objects and clearly at retina. For young adult with a normal vision, the power of accommodation is about 4D. The eye loses its power of accommodation only at old age. Come to the far distance object. It is farther point up to which the eye can see clearly, and it is infinity for a normal eye. So here the ciliary muscle is relaxed, the eye lens becomes very thin, so automatically it increases the focal length of eye lens. Come to the nearby object, ciliary muscles is contracted here and the eye lens becomes thick, focal length is decreased. Here the minimum distance at which an object can be seen most distinctly without any strain is called least distance. Here we have one more definition, that is about least distance of dystonic vision. The minimum distance at which an object can see most distinctly without any strain is called the least distance of dystonic vision. For normal eye of an adult, it is 25 centimeter. It is also called a near point of the eye. This 25 centimeter is said to be a near point of eye. Now we have one question here to discuss. Why do we have two eyes for vision and not just one? This is because a human being has a horizontal view of about 150 degree with one eye, and about 180 degree with two eyes, so that two eyes gives a wider field of view. So the ability to detect the faint object is enhanced with two eyes. Our eyes are separated by few centimeters and each eye sees a slightly different image. Our brain combines the two images into one and tell us how close or far away the things are. Keeping the both eyes open and provides the third dimension of the depth, so that only we have two eyes. Now we are going to discuss some MCQ question, that is multiple choice question. Here the human eye can focus object at different distance by adjusting the focal length of eye. This is due to four options are here: presbyopia, accommodation, nearsightedness and farsightedness. Here the answer is for accommodations. In accommodation only we can adjusting the focal length. Near objects we can adjust the focal length, and far objects also we can increase the focal length. And the second question is, the human eye forms the image of an object at its, so where the image is formed? In a retina. So the answer is retina, because the retina is a slight sensitive surface of eye on which the image is formed. So the answer is retina. Come to the next question. The muscular diaphragm that controls the size of the pupil is iris. So it is a muscular part of the eye and it only controls the size of the pupil automatically. Next, the black opening between the aqueous humor and the lens is called pupil. So in a dim light, the pupil closed, then it opens up, and in a bright light it becomes very small. So the answer is pupil. Come to the next question. When light ray enter the eye, of the refraction occurs at outer surface of the cornea. Here only the light rays enter. So through the cornea only the light rays enter. So the answer is outer surface of the cornea. The next question, the focal length of eye lens increases when the muscle. So muscles here are relaxed and lens become thinner. We saw in the accommodation of eye. Here when the muscles are relaxed, automatically that lens become thinner, the focal length of the eye increased. Third question, the ability of eye to adjust its focal length according to the distance of the object and the intensity of line falling on it. It is called, answer is power of accommodation of the eye. In the accommodation only we can adjust the focal length based on the object, near object and the far object. The true value of least distance of the distinct vision for a normal human eye is 25 centimeter. So if it below 25 centimeter also we can't see the object, and it more than 25 also it is we are unable to see the distance object. So 25 centimeter is the exact answer. Come to the assertion and reasoning type of questions. We have 5 options here. Both option A is both assertion and reason are correct statement, and the reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. B, both assertion and reason are correct statement, but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. C, assertion is correct but reason is wrong. D, assertion is wrong but reason is correct. Both assertion and reason are wrong statements. These are the options. Based on your question, you have to select the options. Come to the first question. The human eye lens is concave lens made of transparent and flexible material like a jelly made of by protein. So this is your assertion. Come to the reason. The focal length of eye lens can be changed by action of ciliary muscles. Here the answer is D. That means the assertion is wrong because it is not concave. It is not a concave. So it is convex lens. And but reason is correct. So we can adjust. The focal length can be changed by the action of ciliary muscle. So the assertion is wrong, but reason is correct. Come to the next question. If we go from a dark room into a bright sunlight, we feel the glass in our eyes. In a dark room, the pupil of eye is large, while in a bright it is small. The option is A. We saw in the pupil of the eye. So both assertion and reason is correct, and the reason is a correct explanation of assertion. If we try to read a printed page by holding it very close to our eyes, the image is blurred. Reason is to see an object comfort distantly, we must hold it about 25 centimeter from the eyes. Here also the answer is A because both assertion and reason are correct, and reason is a correct explanation of assertion. And here some animals, usually prey animals, have their 2 eyes positioned on your opposite sides of the head. Reason is it gives the widest possible field of view. Answer is A. Here also the assertion and reason is correct, and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. Next, come to the answer the following. The first question is, why is a normal eye not able to see clearly the objects placed closer than 25 centimeter? So the answer, so 25 centimeter is a least distance vision, right? So the rays coming from the object, which are at a distance less than 25 centimeter are not properly focused by retina, so that the image of the object appears blank or blurred, so the image cannot be seen clearly. Next question is, what happens to the image distance in the eye when we increase the distance of an object from the eye? So the image distance remains unchanged. It is because the distance of object increases, the focal length of eye lens is adjusted by ciliary muscles, such that the image is formed at retina. The third question, what is meant by least distance of distinct vision? Give the value of near point and far point for a normal human eye. So the minimum distance at which object can be seen most distinctly without strain is called least distance of the distinct vision. So 25 centimeter is the near point, and above the 25 centimeter is a far point.